Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer with one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song. All genres, dramas, comedies, soap operas, cartoons, game shows. Bring them on. We'd love to hear them. Speaking of, if you like what you hear here, man, that's 2 weeks in a row I've done the here unintentionally. Here. If you like what you hear here, like, and I say like a lot, this is great. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a review. Give us a couple of stars. It helps us reach our retirement goal of becoming professional podcasters. Also, reach out with questions, comments, observations, jokes. We truly love hearing from you. It's half the fun of doing this podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other usual spots. By the way, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I am Peter.
And we like to start out with a drink. Fellas, what do we got going this week? This is our, I think our listeners probably just assume we all live together. And I think this is our second week in a row drinking the same beer.
In the Super 80s Podcast Shack.
Yes. It's a giant turkey.
The basement of the shack.
The 80s Shack is...
What are we drinking, Ryan?
It's some kind of Belgian. I don't know. What is this?
It is La Trappe
That's what
Quadruple.
Yeah, it's a La Trappe Quad. Let's see if I can get a little background on this.
I believe it said Netherlands.
It's not a Belgian, it's a Dutch. This brewery's been around since 1884. Secret recipes from Trappist monks.
Is that where they got the line from Return of the Jedi? Admiral Akbar?
It's a trap.
Il la trap.
Jeez. You can get that T-shirt on our website. Ooh, that's different than Miller Lite.
Yeah.
It's a switch.
It's
got a little something in there.
Yeah. Well, hey, we encourage you to have a drink as well. So if you are, as long as you're not driving a car.
That's delicious.
That is delicious. Crack open a brewski, get yourself a bomber of La Trappe Quadruple or anything else that sounds good, and kick back with us. Hey, guys, it is time for retractions, observations, ideas, and announcements. Last episode was Mr. Belvedere, our Bob Uecker tribute episode.
Yeah.
Episode before that was Amen. Episode before that was The Muppet Show. Oh, yeah. Any comments, retractions, listener notes, anything like that?
No, I got 2 retractions last week. That filled my quota for
Pete's good
another
for
30
episodes.
Yeah.
I don't have any retractions either, nor do I have any listener messages, but I did watch an episode of Amen.
Ooh, I'm interested.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot to choose from on YouTube.
Okay.
So I just found what I could find. It was fine. I won't give you the whole episode, but basically, so Deacon Fry, which is Sherman Hemsley, lives with his daughter Thelma, and she was asking for dating advice. And she's dating his boss, Reverend Reuben.
Right.
And he says, basically, he's great, George Jefferson style. He's like, you're going to go up to him and say, can we talk about marriage? And he's going to say, well, I don't want to rush into things, blah, blah, blah. And you got to tell him you're going to start dating other men, and it's going to work for you. So Thelma,
great plot line.
On her next date with Reverend Reuben, sits down and says, I'm thinking about marriage. And then so she's behind the couch and he's sitting and he's saying all the lines that that Sherman Hemsley said, and she's mouthing him as he says them. And then she's like, well, then I'm going to start seeing other men. And he says, okay. Totally backfires. She gets mad. Anyway, it all works out.
And she's mad at Papa, too. She's mad at
and then she does see another guy, but then Reverend Reuben really does get mad because deep down he really does like Thelma.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. A couple of funny scenes, though. They go to a scene, and there's 2 secretaries working in the church office, one named Amelia. And Amelia says to the other secretary, who's older, so Amelia will say is like in her 20s and the other one's in her 50s. Amelia says, does this blush do anything for me? And the other gal says, what do you want it to do? And she says, as much as possible. And
Nice.
the audience, the laugh track, it's probably a studio audience,
Sure.
actually. They go batshit crazy. Like it's a raucous crowd. A bunch of cheap lines. Then afterwards, another reverend comes up and says, what do you think of my makeup? And he says, you don't need any makeup. Would you put mascara on the Mona Lisa? I'm pretty sure the living room and kitchen are from either Facts of Life or
See?
what did I write down here? What's the one with Nell Carter? Give me a break.
So
This, and I wrote down here, seriously, this could be the set from Charles in Charge.
now, my wife and I have had this dispute that I basically contend that there are 4 sets that were used in the 80s.
I hear where you're coming
and they
from.
just recycled them all. And so I'm right where you're, I'm sniffing what you're cooking over there.
Pete's face is great. Just like sniffing.
Last week it was the tickler. Now he's sniffing what you're cooking.
I don't know either.
But
If I can shift gears, then the old guy Raleigh, he's hilarious. Him and Hemsley are.
He's the best character in the
they're
show.
They're both really funny.
Yeah.
Hemsley's a very physical actor.
Yep.
So he's funny, and the old guy's just a hoot. They're playing cars, and he's just cracking wise. It's really funny. Overall, I wrote it was solid, but I'm not going back for more.
Okay.
all right.
You were our biggest Amen fan, so
Yeah.
at some point it'd be interesting if you can dive. I'd be curious as to how it holds up for you.
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to. I'll find a time to make it happen.
So definitely, I mean, worth the watch, but it was very formulaic 80s sitcom, and there's nothing. I mean, that's why we're doing the show. We
Yeah,
like it,
correct.
but- So that I think is about it. I thought I had one other thing I wanted to report, but
No.
we got no retractions. We got nothing else to report.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
It's a clean episode so
Yeah,
far.
we're getting right to business.
Yeah.
It's going to be done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, this will be our shortest episode ever. We're going to have to find some really important stuff to talk about, unless Conky picks a real winner, and we can just go on for hours and hours and hours.
never
Or a
know.
real stinker. And we could also go on
That's a
for hours and
Good
hours.
point. Without further ado, it's time to wake up our neighborhood robot. Conky was busy today. He had 12 tattoo appointments. Given all of our adult neighbors' tattoos, they come to him with a little slip of paper of what they have in their mind, and Conky gets out his safety pin and a bottle of Black Higgins ink and tats people up.
Yep.
Free tattoos. So listeners, if you are in Wisconsin, come on by. Conky will give you a tattoo. Maybe
Sure.
a glass of Le Trap. Conky!
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky. What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is Knight Rider.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
This is interesting. This is this is our second Hasselhoff appearance.
That's a lot of Hasselhoff in 30 episodes,
a
30
lot of
plus
Hoff.
episodes.
Did we talk on the Baywatch episode about how for my bachelor party you brought me a Hasselhoff poster and book?
No, I don't think we did, but I did do that, yes.
So Ryan and Pete were both part of my wedding, and we're both at my bachelor party, of course. And Ryan, we rented a cabin in the Wisconsin Dells,
Yes.
as one does. And Ryan brought a Hasselhoff poster, and he bought me a Hasselhoff autobiography.
Yeah,
That
don't
you-
hassle the Hoff, I think. Is
And
what
you
the
had
number is.
all the members, or all the people who came to the bachelor party sign the book.
Yeah,
It's upstairs in the bookshelf,
yeah.
as it should be. I think I might still. Oh, the poster just said David Hasselhoff. Do you remember what it said on the bottom?
No.
Hunk.
Just
That-
in case there was any confusion.
Sorry, quick aside there, but and did you get me you got me a shirt as well?
I think there's a Hasselhoff shirt somewhere.
It was a weird fit, but I remember I played in a band in Chicago called the Tri-State Blues Band, and I wore it for one Tri-State gig,
Nice.
I believe.
Okay.
So, 3 pieces of Hasselhoff memorabilia
There's no
for no
place-
other reason than that you're a weirdo.
Well, sure, but Hasselhoff, he fits in anywhere. I mean, really anywhere, any place, any time, any manner.
I love it. All right, but first, before we get more down the rabbit hole, Well, fellas, what do you have for memories of Knight Rider?
Pete?
I definitely watched this. I think I've made it clear that
This is Pete's wheelhouse.
shows involving car chases and cool cars and action and things like that I was very into as a child. I remember the car is like a Pontiac Trans Am, and
Right.
it like came out of a semi-truck somehow. Unclear how the doors opened and he got out of that car once it was in the semi-trailer, but that's not my question
Not
to
material.
answer.
Not material.
Yep.
Right.
I remember. I don't remember specific plot lines, but I remember really liking it and thinking it was super cool.
Nice. Ryan.
Yeah. Watched it. Liked it. Similar to Pete, I like the action. I always remembered it in my head as being similar to A-Team.
100%. Same in my head. Yeah.
I don't know whether that's actually true now because I couldn't tell you a specific episode, but I remember him. I remember the car would back out of the semi.
Always at full speed.
Correct, and it hit the ground running, boom, and never a problem, right? And the KITT was the car, right?
Yes.
KITT.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, hello, Michael. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I wanted to be Michael Knight when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that I played Michael Knight, like pretended I was him.
Yeah. Probably made like a steering wheel and a KITT display out of cardboard or
I'm
something.
certain that I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I'm certain that I did, right?
Yeah. And you guys remember, like, for lack of a better term, like steering wheel consoles for kids? They'd make I'm not talking for like 3-year-old kids, but like more like for like a
Right.
3rd through like 6th grader kid.
Yeah,
Like,
for
they're
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a Knight Rider Stomper truck.
Oh, stompers! You turn them on the
Yep.
bottom.
Yep. And also, I can't remember if the thing was called a flick shifter, but it had like a T-handle shifter that you stuck in the roof and you kind of like flicked your wrist, and the car like basically just zoomed across the floor and crashed into whatever was next. in
Hell
front of
yeah.
it. But it took jumps and did all kinds of things like a champ.
Oh wow.
Might still be in my house somewhere. I don't know.
Let's dig that out along with that David Hasselhoff hunk poster.
Yeah. I remember younger kids having Knight Rider like big wheels. Like
Ooh,
yes.
Nice.
and that was if you had a Knight Rider big wheel, you were really pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, the branded big wheels were like we just had a generic blue, yellow, red one.
Right.
I had a General Lee.
I was just going to say the two I
Our
remember
neighbors
are the
did.
General Lee
Don't cancel me.
Our neighbors who you work with
Yeah.
had a generally one, and that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I have vivid memories of the flashing red lights on KITT, and I just thought they were with the black. Like there was something about almost Darth Vader Empire-esque.
Absolutely.
That black with the red, it just for whatever reason it resonated
mysterious.
with me. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And KITT was mysterious, and Michael was and he wore like a black leather jacket, right?
Right.
So you knew he was cool.
He was right off the bat. He's cool. He's got a good head of hair.
Yeah.
He's,
Awesome chest hair.
yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, but I'm assuming like you guys, I really don't, much like the A-Team, and I was a member of their fan club, I don't really remember the show. I don't remember any secondary characters at all.
I remember the old guy
Yeah.
that was
He was like the mastermind, right?
in the semi trailer when
Right.
Michael pulled in.
I don't remember him.
And there was
Or
a
he
lady too. There was a lady.
Dispatched him. Yeah.
There was a lady that came around.
So I roughly remember old guy and lady.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will. I wonder if they'll be on the credits or not, or if it's just Hasselhoff in the car.
Well,
If not, we'll have to give him a little Google.
almost like Magnum PI. Like Magnum PI had a boss, right? Like I can't remember what the guy's name was at the Robin's Nest.
Yeah.
He was the English guy. Like Michael Knight had a boss, and that was the old guy that was in the semi.
Was
That's
he English?
Good question. I don't remember that.
Any other memories? So we all. I mean, we were their demographic,
Yes.
right? We were, late elementary school, maybe early middle school, and we liked cars.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and action. And as Pete said, you would watch anything with explosions and vehicles,
Yeah. Probably.
which was a genre.
Yeah.
I'll say that next week on the opening theme. Explosion and vehicle shows.
There you
Before engineer Pete gives us the background that was just zapped in his head by our old pal Conky. Not as rough this week. Conky was
gentle landing.
Yeah, nice gentle landing. Pete didn't pass out as much. He's not drooling. Conky poured a little extra La Trappe in his glass to help him come back to. Can either of you guys hum this theme?
Yes.
Engineer Pete.
And there's like a background. And I feel like as I'm doing it, I feel like I'm slaughtering it, but I can kind of hear it in my head.
I hear what I know.
Yeah. And the background's doing this.
It's intense and kind of creepy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's almost like the slow creep of a horror film. Like. Yeah.
It is it's a mysterious. It's coming. I've got part of it in my brain, not all of it, but yes. It's kind of freaky. Possibly a monologue.
There's some talking that I remember, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
No idea.
Yeah.
Unlike the A-Team.
A-Team.
Listeners, that you had memorized.
If you have not listened to our A-Team episode, you don't have to listen to the whole thing, but listen to Ryan recite with authority the intro to the A-Team. It is it's fantastic. I'm the only one I think who goes back and listens to these things just so that before they air I make sure like they actually work. And I believe I had to stop and have myself a little chuckle when you were doing it because
it's cattle prodded into my brain.
It was impressive. Well, awesome memories. We've got the song. Engineer Pete is going to talk to us. Ryan and I are going to sit back, enjoy this wonderful.
It's La Trappe. It's La Trappe.
It's La Trappe, and Pete's going to give us some info on the show and the song. Engineer Pete.
Okay, it was on NBC from September of 82 to April of 86. That is 4 seasons, 90 episodes. The backstory it's wild on this one. David Hasselhoff's character, Michael Knight, was an undercover cop from L.A. He gets shot in the face.
Ouch.
On a mission, and then a mysterious benefactor millionaire named Wilton Knight steps in to give him a new identity and a new face.
Sounds like Jem.
Literally. Wow.
Yeah, a new face.
So hold on a second. This is RoboCop, isn't it?
Plastic surgery.
This is RoboCop.
Yeah, there's no robot parts though.
So a new identity, a new face.
And so then he's recruited to work for FLAG, the Foundation for Law and Government.
Ooh.
Foundation for Law and Government. Okay.
And part of the FLAG operation is Knight Industries 2000, or KITT for short.
Oh.
Wow.
And this is where it starts to get wild.
Oh, it's not weird yet?
Oh, it's getting weirder, man. David Hasselhoff also played a character named Garth Knight. Wilton Knight's estranged son and a criminal mastermind.
Wait.
Oh, wait, did I skip? Oh, sorry. The benefactor millionaire's name is Wilton Knight.
And he names Michael Knight.
Gives Michael Knight's new secret identity is the same last name as him. And when he has Michael's face rebuilt, he makes him in the image of his own son,
Garth.
who is he estranged from. Garth.
His arch enemy?
Yes. So you really, listeners, I implore you, Google Garth Knight. He is the Hoff with a little mustache and a soul patch.
And a what?
Soul patch.
I gotta Google this right now.
He's got soul and possibly bigger hair. It's hilarious. Anyhow, Garth Knight, estranged son, criminal mastermind, pilots a vehicle called Goliath, which is some type of semi-truck.
Hold on.
Some of KITT's tech. Yeah. There he is.
Pete, that's a great description. He's got a kind of bigger than a John Waters mustache and a soul patch and bigger hair. Ooh, here's Garth looking rough.
Oh,
full beard.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Whoa.
Pete. Can you back
Towards
up your?
the end.
I was in the.
Anywho, yeah, Garth drove a vehicle called Goliath, which was like a semi-truck that had some of KITT's technology and also had like missile launchers or something. And Garth hated Michael partially for his face and a few other reasons.
Wow.
Yeah. So Devin Miles is the guy that I remember as the old man. He takes over Flag after Wilton's demise. I think Wilton was just season 1.
So Wilton Knight
Kicks
the bucket.
Rebuilds Michael's face, gives him a new identity and a job for Flag, and then dies.
Okay.
Then Devin Miles takes over.
And Garth is just in the periphery all the time?
Yeah, I think so. As a reoccurring nemesis.
Just a quick aside. You got a little time here. Are there other shows where an actor plays that, like, I know on Friends, Phoebe did that.
Oh, yeah.
Ursula.
I want to say on soap operas, that's kind of a typical evil twin.
That's a good point. Yeah,
soap
operas.
Is that Superman 3 or Superman 4 where he has his...
He plays someone else?
Yeah, Christopher Reeve. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
Unsure.
Yeah.
Listeners, chime in.
I think it's 3.
We got to live stream this stuff so
Yeah.
that people can chat with us.
Yeah, they chat back.
Person can chat back with us.
Yeah, so the lady, we mentioned an old man and a lady.
Oh, yeah.
Patricia McPherson played Dr. Bonnie Barstow. She was KITT's chief technician, and also she provided some romantic tension for Michael.
Okay.
But they dropped the character after season 1.
What?
And brought in a different lady, but because of fan reaction and Hasselhoff kind of lobbying, they brought the original lady back for seasons 3 and 4, and I don't believe they mentioned anything in the show itself.
No reason
Not,
to even explain it.
Season 2 starts, there's a new lady, no explanation.
Nope.
Season 3 starts, the first lady's back, no explanation.
Correct.
Just go on with the show.
Fantastic.
The show's about the car.
Correct. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yep. So this is KITT was based on a 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. So they had one hero car that was used for the close-up shots, and then they had a bunch of stunt cars. My understanding is the stunt cars were mostly provided by Pontiac for a very low cost because it was kind of advertising. But they had one that was like wrapped in, basically looked like a Pontiac Firebird, but it was made out of rubber, so that it could crash into things and they could keep using
Hilarious.
it.
It's genius.
Also, there were scenes where KITT was self-driving, and I'm getting conflicting information on this. It was the stunt driver either sat behind a seat that had holes in it for his arms and legs to go through,
God.
or the driver was wearing a seat cover.
Option two.
That would be great.
Those are both ridiculous.
And apparently, if you would go back, like if you got the DVDs to Knight Rider, you can look at some of those scenes and
awesome.
Freeze it and see that there's an arm coming out of the seat.
I love that.
Yes. So the Knight Rider theme was composed by Stu Phillips and Glenn A. Larson. Larson was actually the show's creator and frequently used Phillips for his shows. Stu Phillips also was a composer who also created themes for Battlestar Galactica and The Fall Guy. He also scored music for the show The Monkees and The $6 Million Man.
Oh, wow. So he goes back a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the 60s.
Monkeys theme song's great.
And Larson's,
good tune.
I don't, not the theme song, songs for the show.
Got it.
Just to be clear there. Larson's memory is that they used 5 or 6 synthesizers, drums, and a Fender bass to create the theme song. And the synthesizers were at the studio's request. I don't know that was necessarily their choice.
Okay.
And it was inspired by a song from a French ballet. So
Wouldn't have guessed that.
No, me neither.
If you'd have given us a multiple choice question.
Maybe it's just like part of that melody that we... Yeah, it could be something like real simple like that to say it's inspired by. But it's also been sampled by a variety of artists, including Busta Rhymes, System of a Down, CeeLo Green, and Wyclef Jean.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's ever since you guys helped reboot it in my brain, it's dancing around right
for
now.
sure.
Yep. It's got some nice beats.
So just to confirm here, 82 to 86, 4 seasons?
Correct.
All right. And that was it. Has there, I don't know if you ever see this, has there been any,
there has been some reboots.
Okay.
I did not pay attention to those.
Not necessary.
I'm surprised. I don't recall this, but it seems to me like the kind of show that could have come back with movies. Like they would have done like a Knight Rider special here and there, like a movie, because you can get a lot of mileage out of
little boys who like action.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like that they would have done.
Drum up a quick 2 hour, hour and a half movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like
milk it a
like
little bit.
I don't know. It seems to me like the kind of show where like Garth, you think Garth is dead, but Garth isn't dead, right?
I'm sure we never that plot line very well could have been already used up more than once.
Right.
The Garth Knight Chronicles.
Correct. Exactly.
Or like he goes back and puts Michael's face back to what it used to look like with some weird, creepy doctor.
Wow. Yes. But yeah,
Hunk.
again, we have no idea what the plot lines were. Like the last episode of the last season could have been so like wacko that there was no continuation possible.
Correct.
Well, one of us is going to watch an episode.
Yep.
It's probably going to be you.
We're all looking around like nobody wants
It's
to
probably
do this,
going to be you.
It's probably going to be John. I might try.
Yeah, this is Pete's wheelhouse.
Yeah. I would watch it. I would like to watch an episode.
Well,
Also, I would like to already retract. I just said you can get a mileage out of it. I said little boys who like action, and I would like to retract that whole statement.
all right.
It's fair.
Fair.
If you replay it without context, it sounds
Fair.
awful.
It's fair.
Yep. Fair. I am excited to hear what's about to happen here. It has, I say this many weeks, it has been since the 80s.
1986.
Since I've heard what's going on here. So I'm interested, excited. I know the song, but I don't know what our monologue or anything else is going to be. So let's listen.
Right there. That bass. Right.
Yep, the Fender bass is just
Yeah.
and
So
the keyboards.
So it's the synthesizer doing the
Right.
yeah.
So there's some cool shit going on. Yeah, the bass is just
Yeah.
sounds like he's playing with a pick. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's creepy.
and there's like a chime type synth thing happening over there.
Very moody. It gives a very moody feel to it.
It does. It's like a foggy night.
Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Oh.
Hold on. Here we go. I love whatever effect they have on this guy's voice. This guy sounds creepy too.
Totally.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider. The boy.
Might have to back that up 1 second. We're like 2 seconds into this and we're already backing it up. But his voice is...
It's a 10 out of 10. It's awesome.
It's his voice is engaging.
Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Rider. A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man.
You might have to pull these lyrics up. We got to
shadowy flank.
shadowy flight.
It's like a poor man's Darth Vader. What's the guy's?
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, it's a poor man James Earl Jones is basically what this is.
So I believe
Michael
he said Knight Rider.
I've got it. I've got it.
Nice.
Flight might make more sense than flank.
Shadowy lamb flank. A shadowy flight.
Wait, hold on. Start over. I was just sitting here thinking about Le Trap.
A shadowy ham hock in the... No, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world.
That's as far as we got.
Yeah. Yep.
So Knight Rider.
Come on, get it together. Be a professional.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the
dangerous world.
dangerous world.
Man who does not exist.
Hold on, you got to back it up. We lost something.
The dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
So, because Michael Knight was made up by, what was the dad's name? Tristan?
Wilton?
I was terribly far off.
Somewhat close.
Wilton
Knight, father to Garth.
Stepfather to Michael.
Something like that, yes.
Do you guys remember the movie Face Off with Nick Cage and Johnny Travolta?
Yes.
Never saw it. I know it
Do
existed.
you know the premise?
Yes.
They take Nick Cage's face and put it on Travolta, and they take Travolta's face and they put it on Nick Cage.
Not what you would expect, literally taking the face off. But this is the premise of Knight Rider.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Garth
A
face
shadowy flight.
into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Of a man who does not exist.
I like the way he enunciates.
Exactly.
A man who
I was
does
going
not
to say, there's some breathing.
Very breathy.
They're not editing out any breathing.
I'm not going to be super annoying here, but I do want to make sure we heard a breath. And then he goes, does not exist. bring us back 2 seconds. This is too fun.
Who does not exist.
Yeah.
Then it just gets funky for a minute.
Can I also just put out there that this has to be like from some porn somewhere. Like there's no way this is not like, it's too funky.
I don't understand the reference. It's really funky.
Garth Knight, a man with a soul patch.
And if it wasn't in such a film, it was shortly after.
Correct.
But I'll go back to it though. It's creepy.
Oh yeah.
Like it definitely sets a tone and a mood, which is kind of cool. That music can do that, right? It sets a weird, eerie vibe.
There you go.
I will say one thing this song does really well is it takes advantage of space to create weirdness.
Yep.
I think we've all read that Grateful Dead book where they're like, the notes you don't play are just as important as the notes you play. And like that space makes it more weird.
Correct.
Which is really cool.
You're like waiting for something. You're waiting.
Some
like
notes.
Yeah.
Freaking out here. And
right.
The
He's
synth
not
guy's
saying
like,
anything. Yeah.
The synth guy's who's recording in his underwear and a ski mask is just looking at the producer. The producer's like, play the notes.
Now.
And the synth guy's like, no. Now? No. Now. Bam. Good shit.
Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent.
Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the... Oh, wait, I lost it.
No, I think you're pretty good. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent.
He champions the cause of the innocent.
Yes.
Yeah, under the flag of flag.
It's a noble deed, championing the
cause of the innocent.
Michael Knight. This guy's great.
Yes.
The helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who...
Wow, we got the helpless and the powerless.
So
Yes.
the innocent,
Along with
the helpless, the powerless.
In a world of criminals.
In a world of criminals.
Yeah.
operate above the law.
Wait, I feel like we lost a
Yeah,
word
bring it
in
back.
there.
I mean, this is the
Criminals
In a world of criminals who operate above the law.
operate above the law.
Yep. I love that break right there.
Stop. Is it
Bum,
about?
bum.
Is that it?
No.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it got a little chaotic there,
Right.
And it seems like a hard stop. We're
Then
not
what's
done.
going to happen? I don't. I have. It's
He's-
not done.
He's
I don't know
going
what's
to
going
bring
to
it
happen.
right back to the baseline.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's almost
What-
like a siren.
I was just going to say that's a synthesizer, right? But it's just
Yeah.
basically holding the note. Like,
It's pitch shifting it.
oh, yeah.
So if you've ever seen like 80 synthesizers, they
Yeah.
have this little toggle switch, and you can go right or left, and you can bend the note
Yeah.
either sharp or flat.
Yep.
So he's going
Yeah, you're right. It's a toggle switch. Yeah.
kind of like a whammy bar on a guitar.
Yes.
Then we come back full power.
And with a xylophone?
Yeah, there's like a synth xylophone. Multiple synths are doing the melody, which is making it more weird and intense. But you're absolutely right. There's a xylophone or chime thing going on.
Wow.
Do you hear the percussion going?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like some weird woodblock option on
Oh,
this.
just gonna say it's a clap or a woodblock or something.
The clapper.
Synth block, right?
Clap on.
Dun dun.
It's still going.
I think we're winding down.
Yeah, it's
shit.
about to come to an end, but
It's just more madness.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Act 2 is a little weirder than Act 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I was winding it down.
Yeah. Interesting how the spoken word is there, but not there a lot.
And it takes a big break in the middle.
And at the end, I mean, there's...
And he speaks like nobody in the world actually talks.
I have to say I very much enjoy...
I once read that like George Lucas's lines in the original Star Wars movies, like when like Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford read the lines, they're like, nobody talks like this. And Lucas is like, tough shit. These are my lines.
Right.
That's kind of like the opening monologue here.
Yeah.
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 Some weird shit.
It's very interesting.
It is very interesting. Well, I'm excited to take a look at what's happening here.
Sure. Yeah, let's...
I'm hoping we're going to see KITT and maybe the old man and Garth and the lady who was part of the show at some point.
I don't know how frequent Garth was in if he made the opening credits, or that would have just confused people watching for the first time.
I would love it. Would be like Garth Knight, played by David Hasselhoff. I completely remember this sky. It reminds...
It's a beautiful sky.
So it's just like he's flying through the desert or like salt flats or something.
And it's a sunset, I think, but the Trans Am is coming at you, and you don't see it, and then it just appears out of nowhere. I mean, it really works well with the creepy bass line.
Yeah,
that just comes like it's like dusk.
What's coming?
Yeah, dusk, and all of a sudden this.
KITT's coming
with his flashing red lights.
It kind of reminds me of the cover of the Judas Priest album, Point of Entry.
Sure.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I thought.
Hold on, there's another Priest album, too. There's another one that's even more like it. Hold on. You're great. It's exactly what you're thinking. God, let's see. Oh, there's one more. And it reminded me of a ad for... Oh, here we go. So maybe.
Are you just pulling up pictures of sunsets?
Yeah. Exactly.
Forget it.
Knight Rider.
That red flashing light on the front.
So awesome.
So, Pete, it's a Pontiac Firebird?
Firebird Trans Am.
Trans Am. Yeah.
So are all Firebirds Trans Ams?
Don't ask me these questions.
Are all Trans Ams Firebirds?
I can't remember which way that puzzle goes.
Okay, but it's one of the two, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a Trans Am, have you guys ever been in Trans Ams before?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not easy to get into.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
They're
it's
low
been
to the
old
ground.
man talk with Ryan.
Yeah, they're low to the ground.
When's the last time you were getting into a TA?
In the 90s sometimes. I mean, it's been a while, but yeah.
Okay.
I knew.
Is a Z28 a Trans Am?
No, that's Camaro.
Yeah.
Who makes Camaros?
Chevrolet. They were based on the same platform, though, so they're very similar cars as far as shape, and they shared a lot of parts.
Like a Ford and a Mercury.
Correct.
I see. Like a Cougar and a
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird, yes.
Thunderbird, yep. You're a car guy, John.
Yep.
Car guy. All right, we're looking at a Judas Priest album cover, but they've put Michael Knight's car on it.
Have either of you got, so like, I've seen a General Lee driving around. Have you seen?
Sure.
Have you ever seen a KITT?
I don't believe so.
I agree.
Well,
I've never seen.
I think it's so mysterious you wouldn't.
That's true. And if I did see it, it was probably Garth driving it.
There was a Ecto 1 at the farmer's market a couple summers ago.
Exactly. I saw an Ecto 1. I saw that same one driving around.
Yeah. Man, that red light, though, it's fantastic.
A shadowy
There's our font.
Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah, it just kind of pops up. What would you call that?
Yeah, what's happening on the N's and the H and the R's?
It's a weird font.
Yeah, that font is a serif. Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
The serif font, right? Yeah, it's smaller than I would have expected it to be.
Maybe
It's
it'll
light
grow.
to the dark background.
Yeah, I like it. I'd get a T-shirt with that.
flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
So this is like a car ad, right?
For sure.
They're showing the tires on the pavement,
And I feel like the guy's voice sounds like a 70s car ad as well. The 73 Trans Am.
the new Toyota MR2 engine in the back,
Exactly.
party in the front. Is that right on that, Pete?
No.
Oh man, do I love these interior shots?
Yep.
How fast is he going there?
That's 189 miles per hour.
189 miles per hour.
He's in the desert. There's no speed limit.
Pontiacs typically go 189. So why would this one be any different?
False.
The one thing I'll note here is
The
you haven't similar to our Airwolf episode, we haven't seen an actual character yet.
I'm not convinced we're going to.
we mean
It might just be all a car.
yeah. It's just car.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
More car. Give me car. 202.
Yeah, he got up to 230 miles an hour, by the way, right there. And do you remember that KITT had a unusual steering wheel? That it
It was
wasn't
like a yoke.
a yoke, exactly. It wasn't a circle. It was a yoke.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The headlights, though, that could be like a Chevy Nova.
Michael Knight.
There's our first view of the Hoff.
Yeah, he is. He's a damn good looking man, isn't he?
He sure is. He's a hunk.
Yeah, he is.
As
hunk
the
of Hoff.
as the poster said.
Hunk.
A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent.
Now, if I may, what the hell's happening with the visual here? We're seeing like a tiny little screen within a screen.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know how you.
It's
describe
like, are we in a screening room being briefed on
Or
who he is?
did KITT have a TV inside that could
it
broadcast or replay or surveil?
It went from the dash display to this is what it went to. I think.
I bet there's a little CRT in the center console.
I like it.
The helpless, the powerless.
Same font.
Would you describe Hoff's haircut as a perm, or is that just naturally curly?
A blowout?
It's got a bit of a Jerry curl vibe to it.
Yeah. And it's a pretty wild mane. I mean, it's
got a lot.
Yeah, he's got a mullet kind of going on right there.
And we're assuming, again, this is being projected on the, what did you say? What's a CRT?
Cathode ray tube. Sorry.
Bum, bum, bum.
This is great. But you're right. That's a bit of a mop on him. He looks like Tico Torres from Bon Jovi.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
It's exactly what Tico looks like on the New Jersey album.
Powerless in the world of criminals who operate above the law.
Now, it's so damn dark that I can't see anything going on. It's
really dark.
It's like golly,
Like Night.
Garth Knight.
It sounded just like him. Do it again.
Garth Knight, a shadowy figure.
You got the T. Night. That's the key. Whoa. Oh,
There's your old guy.
It showed an air. We're assuming he's on the plane.
Yes, that's your old guy. What was his name? Milton? No, Milton was the
original one, or Wilton.
Wilton.
And then Wilton was replaced by Devin Miles.
He's on a
Devin
plane
Miles.
talking on a phone,
Yeah,
doing
he
his
is.
best Robert Loggia impression.
Totally.
Edward Mulhare. KITT just drove through glass and a plane's about to explode?
Because KITT was bulletproof, rocket proof. Like you couldn't.
He was a lot proof.
Yeah, I mean you couldn't pop the tire of KITT. Any of the tires.
No. Who do we got here?
There's our lady. Yeah, she's a nice looking lady.
Oh yeah, and no offense to the mom on Mr. Belvedere, but this is this is a different level.
Patricia McPherson. Yeah,
Patty.
yeah.
You know, there were a lot of Patties in the 80s.
Were there?
I think so.
Sure. But this has got to be the
Get the
lady.
T-shirt.
I'm guessing that Patricia McPherson is the lady that they had, got rid of, and then brought back.
That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Nobody remembers Rebecca Holden.
Yeah,
as
I'm just
April
going to
Curtis.
go out and say, what the hell were they thinking getting rid of Patricia McPherson?
Patty.
Hoff knows
Hoff
what's
knew.
going on.
Hoff brought her back.
Hoff knows her in a biblical sense. Is that how you say that? I just feel like this whole thing looks like a Judas Priest album cover.
The exploding plane.
Minus the exploding.
Oh, not that album.
All these lights are coming back to me.
Yeah.
There's some really neat lights.
One of the things I remember from the episodes is when, because he had like a watch that he could talk to KITT, right?
I think so, yeah.
And he'd be like locked up somewhere and be like, "Get me out of here!" And KITT would just like take off and bust through the wall and come get him. Like
So good.
I think Teslas have that feature now.
unintentional.
Wow.
That was pretty damn enjoyable.
That was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so Devin, the old man, I know you guys were discussing whether or not he had an accent or what he sounded like. He was actually from Ireland.
Ah.
So he likely had some sort of
Look at
accent.
the Irish.
We'll find out when we all watch this episode, or an episode. Yep.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I'm definitely not watching season 2 because I need to see Patty.
No one would blame you.
No offense to Becky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was fantastic. We got to see our old pal KITT. It's been a while.
A long time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what time it is, boys. It's time to vote. We're going to find out if the theme song from Knight Rider will make our Wall of Fame or our Wall of Shame. All it takes is 2 votes, one way or the other. We've been on a streak of some winners lately.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not going to go back too far, but Mr. Belvedere, Amen, The Muppet Show, Airwolf, Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's 5 right there, all on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah. We got to tweak Conky's logic to give us some leakers just to
Yeah. Hey, Conky, give us some bullshit.
even things out a little bit.
Yeah.
Who wants to vote first?
I'll go first.
All right, Ryan.
Sure. I like it, and I wasn't sure if I
You
was going
seem
to like
conflicted.
it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I like it, and so I'll give it. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great. Listening to it made me think of, I don't know when you started hearing that sample being used.
Right.
If that was in the late 90s or
Mid-90s.
early
Busta.
2000s
Yeah.
or whatever.
There's
like
a Busta Rhymes.
The
song
Busta
for
Rhymes.
sure.
I
Like-
definitely remember that.
like listening to this now kind of, brought me back to some of that and like made me remember like it is such just a great beat and bass line there. And for the show, it's, creepy just like the whole backstory, and I really enjoyed it. Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Conky.
I'll be back.
Yeah, it perfectly. You talk sometimes, Pete, about like does the theme fit the show, and it's absolutely perfect. It's moody, it's weird. I really like the melody. It's creepy, and sometimes that's what you need for a show. So, yeah, thumbs up.
I'll be back.
Well, if you're keeping tabs,
Magnanimous.
that's a grand slam.
If you're counting to 3, that's 3.
So Knight Rider is officially not only on the wall of fame, but it's a threefer. And I think anonymous statisticians even keeping track of that.
That's
nice.
So
do we call that a Garth night?
We do call that,
we call it?
We have a T-shirt that says, one that says, there were a lot of patties in the 80s.
And there's a picture of a circle of beef.
And then there's the T-shirt that says,
it's a joke. What do you call 3 thumbs up? A Garth night.
It's a joke where you feel like it's one where you're like, God, why don't I get it?
But I'm going to laugh because I think everybody else gets it.
Yep.
I'll try that at work tomorrow. Hey,
what do you
call 3 thumbs up? A Garth night. 2 people start laughing, they'll all start doing it.
But I think seriously, if you did that and with like people that like coworkers that you sort of know, you would definitely get some laughs from people who didn't get it.
And they're going to think it's like a Star Wars joke or something.
Right. Hey, listeners.
Or a dick joke. I don't know.
Listeners, it's the first time we're assigning you homework.
Yep.
First?
Maybe not.
Like time tonight.
First time in the last 5 minutes.
There were a lot of patties in the 80s. Here's what you need to do. Tomorrow, when you go to work, or if you don't have a job and you're independently wealthy, go to the coffee shop.
Or the grocery store.
Yeah.
Or the library.
Try this joke on the barista.
Try it at the deli.
I like that idea.
What do you call 3 thumbs up?
No. You already... Ryan, could you tell the joke?
What's 3 thumbs? Is it a Zen koan?
What do you call 3 thumbs up?
Is that what I said?
No, is it?
Can you tell the joke?
What are 3 thumbs up?
A Garth night.
A Garth night.
Did we do it right?
Sure. I'm ready to move on.
Well, hey, thank you for tuning into the Super 80s podcast, friend. It was our 33rd episode. Tony Dorsett.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Indeed. If you like what you hear, go back and listen to our old episodes. We got a bunch of winners in the can at this point.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Comment, review,
yeah.
all those things. Send us gifts.
Sure.
But until next week, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And you are listening to the Super 80s podcast, friends. Hey, there were a lot of patties back in the 80s.